G'day guys, Andrew from Going Off Grid. In this video, I'm going to be replacing the Jeep's old Antirocks with front and rear Swaylocs and doing a few little tests and seeing how they go. Let's get stuck into it. Righto guys, let's get stuck into this. I'm pretty excited to get this one done. Full disclosure, so I bought this JK probably a couple of years ago now, 2 or 3 years, and had almost all the work done to it already as I bought it. So I've got the front and rear Currie Antirocks. You can see there, they're starting to get a little bit rusty, but they still do the thing. And on the front, just in there, no stickers left on them. All the stickers are long gone, but that's what they are, trust me. And I've also got the King coilover front and rear suspension and a 3.5-inch lift. So this may or may not be accurate to what you've got done to your Jeep, but that's what I'm working with. And I have heard that coilovers can be a little bit rolly anyway if they're not set up 100%. I feel like mine are set up pretty good, but I just been wanting a little bit better highway control because it's quite rolly on the highway. Really good off-road, but yeah, just the body roll in and around town on the highways, yeah, it's always been not the best. And I know that if I have to swerve to miss an animal or something, I'm just going to end up on my roof because yeah, while the Antirocks are awesome for off-road, they do give you a bit more body roll. So gonna try and do as many tests as I can to compare the two, since there's not too many videos I've seen with you know, Antirocks and Swaylocs going on the same vehicle. So yeah, we'll do a couple of tests, see what I'm working with to start with, and then we'll change them out and see how it looks. Righto, so I've just maxed out the front articulation with the Antirocks still installed, and we'll just give it a quick measure and we'll see what this bar's saying, just for something to reference after we do the install. So going by this bar, we've got just over 750 there on the bar, and a little angle finder I've got 14.5 degrees on the body. So yeah, not too bad. I've just basically just flexed it out till this back wheel is just starting to come off the ground. So as you can see, the rear Antirock a bit easier to see with the front flexed out there. So yeah, we'll come back to this once I do the install, and yeah, we'll check it against the Swaylocs, which I've just started unpacking on the bench. Look, one of the other tests is just to grab onto it and show you the body roll with the Antirocks. So that sort of gives you an idea of the body roll. Quite a lot. I know Jeeps are never going to be a sports car, but yeah, hopefully to reduce that body roll a little bit. So righto, let's pull it to bits. Just a quick comparison. Now I've got the old Antirock out. So this is the Antirock Swaybar, the old rusted one. She's about 10 years old probably. And then this is the Swayloc smaller Swaybar. You can see it's basically the same. And then this is the Swayloc outer or street sway bar. And you can see how chunky and thick that is. So this one slides up the center of that. So they're both in the same area. And then that's the old Antirock. The sticker's long gone off it, but there's the Antirock, and that's the Swayloc there with the sliding mechanism to engage one or both of those. So just for a bit of comparison really. Alright, time to chuck the Swayloc in. Righto, now just a bit of a comparison on the rear Swayloc and Antirock. So this is the old Antirock Swaybar, a little bit thicker than the front one, and here's the arm for it. And as you can see, the Swayloc, a bit of a different shape. Be interesting to see how it fits with the tyre. And then obviously the inner and the outer sway bars for the Swayloc, which are a lot chunkier. So, yep, time to whack it in. Righto, Swaylocs front and rear installed. I didn't end up filming the install of the rear, just I lost track and it was a bit of a pain to install, mostly because my aftermarket bumper here sort of wrapped around these two bolts that we need for the sway bar bracket. So I just had to trim that out, and also because I've got the rear winch, all my cabling for the winch was in the road of, you might be able to see right up in there where the bar goes through. That was where all my cabling was, so I had to take all that out and my air compressor and get it all in, but it's all in. And here's our little latch that disconnects and reconnects the two arms, and also the one in the front. It's in there, so you just flick that over, and then when the body moves a tiny bit, maybe, it flicks over. I've just been jacking the car up, so it's not quite level, but yeah, that's those there. So I'll get it on the hoist, and we'll test what the flex does compared to the Antirocks. Righto, so I've got him flexed out with the Swaylocs there. You can see it's unlocked, and you can see the misalignment there from flexing it out. And also, probably can't see the rear because it's tucked right up in there, but it's buried in there somewhere. So we'll give it a quick measure and see how it compares. Looks pretty similar to the Antirocks, but let's have a look here. So we've got 880 flexed out there, and then the degrees on the front is 14.5, so very similar to the Antirock when it's all unlocked. And it's good to check this and making sure nothing's hitting anywhere and it's all pretty good. So yeah, quite a bit of extension there. It looks like when it's fully tucked, because I've got bang on 4.5 inch backspaced wheels, but it's just touching the wheel up in there, so I'll have to keep an eye on that when it's fully tucked in there and the body's all sideways. So not too bad. I'll put him back down, and yeah, we'll see what else we can do. So this is with the Swaylocs all connected. As you can see, there's definitely not as much flex, but we'll give that a quick measurement and see what we got. So with it engaged, we only get 500mm of flex out of the front, and got 10 degrees there of body roll, but definitely a lot less, almost half. Yeah. So I guess now we'll take it for a spin and see how it drives. Right, a bit of a spin with the Swaylocs installed, and I've got to say, immediately you can notice the difference. It is unbelievable. The Jeep just feels almost like it's got a whole new suspension system under it. It's just planted on the road, and the steering points where you want it to go instead of just sort of thinking about it and then moving a couple of seconds later. So obviously this is with the Swaylocs in the on-road mode, but just going around the corner, the Jeep just stays flat. It's crazy. I mean, I bought the Jeep with the Antirocks installed, so I've never had it with the stock Swaybars, which are probably a bit closer to what this is, but after driving it for a couple of years with the Antirocks, it's just unbelievable. Like, this is yeah, it's like a completely different vehicle. It's I'm actually really excited to take this on some longer road trips now, just because, yeah, I can take my hands off the steering wheel and the Jeep's not wanting to follow every hole in the road. It's just dead straight. It's like unbelievable. So I'm not getting paid or anything by Swayloc, but this is, yeah, unreal. And then I have driven them for a little bit with the Swaylocs just in the off-road mode, and it feels exactly like the Antirocks did. So obviously a bit more flexy, a bit more forgiving, but then going around corners or anything on the road, you get that body roll, which is what they say you get with the Antirocks. And so it feels like it's about the same. You saw the flex is pretty much the same on the hoist with the Antirocks and the Swaylocs. So I feel like it'll be the same off-road. You just get that bit of extra stability off-road when you're on some uneven terrain and the body's not going to flop around. But yeah, on the road it is just a new vehicle. It's really happy. It's yeah, happy days really. So I've probably driven, I've had them in for a couple of days now, and it's finally a chance to get the camera out, and you can sort of see, it's a bit hard to tell from in the car, but it's just, the Jeep's just responsive and just wants to go where you point it. It's as I said, it's like a whole new vehicle. It's crazy. So I feel like it's a lot safer on the road. Like, I was always worried if an animal jumped out or something and I had to swerve, I was just going to be upside down. But now it's yeah, a lot more stable on the road. I feel a bit more comfortable having a swerve. So yeah, pretty good. Right, I'll just do one last shake test, see how much body roll we can get in on-road and off-road mode. So it's currently in on-road mode. Flick them over. Easy as that. You can see there's a fair bit of difference. So yeah, it's pretty much all I can think of to show you, but bit of a summary. I'm really happy, and out of anything I've done to the Jeep since I bought it, it's like the most transformative thing that I've done. Just completely changed the way it drives on the road. So yeah, thumbs up. Thanks for watching.